Iran releases proof Erika Kirk Charlie as part of Israel's coup of America. Erika Kirk has been a Mossad agent for years. Hacked Israeli intelligence files reveals that Erika is a professional honeypot tasked with infiltrating and compromising the United States conservative movement from the inside. The files expose a multi-year operation to smuggle her way into the White House.
Iran said this. This is coming from Iran. And if you haven't been paying attention to the war, Iran has literally been talking about this in real life. They've been saying, they've been calling Donald Trump a PDF file. So Iran said this. So listen again.
Iran releases proof Erika Kirk Charlie as part of Israel's coup of America. Erika Kirk has been a Mossad agent for years. Hacked Israeli intelligence files reveals that Erika is a professional honeypot tasked with infiltrating and compromising the United States conservative movement from the inside. The files expose a multi-year operation to smuggle her way into the White House. JD Vance would become the president, and then he gets to pick a vice president, and he would pick Erika Kirk. JD Vance would be Charlie Kirk, and Erika Kirk would become president without ever having need a vote.
That is
so okay. One of the things that we're going to speak on today is how Erika Kirk is part of a crime family. I've talked about it in the past, but it's known now. Okay, so due to the fact, because it's not even an opinion anymore, due to the fact that Erika Kirk, and she kind of like says it in one of these videos. So I'm going to show y'all what she says. It may be the next video after this, I believe. But she literally says, I have the ability to get rid of people in a certain type of way, right? I'm going to let you hear the video. But Erika Kirk has the ability to do stuff like this, right? So what this woman is saying is Iran literally snitched on the whole coup, the whole thing. And the goal is, or was, may still be, for Erika Kirk to be vice president. And then she does the same thing to JD Vance. And then Erika Kirk becomes president of the United States. What?
Crazy scenario.
Wait. What?
A vice president, and he would pick Erika Kirk. JD Vance would be Charlie Kirk, and Erika Kirk would become president without ever having need a vote.
That is a
crazy scenario.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Dude, that would be crazy.
That'd be scary.
That would be scary.
I'd be like, I guess we got to go delete all our videos.
Oh my God.
This is what we've pieced together from the emails and other intelligence sources. Charlie Kirk was never shot with a bullet. He was accidentally decapitated by a piece of shrapnel from a miniature explosive planted inside his microphone. The device was supposed to blow out his chest cavity, but the explosive malfunctioned. Instead of detonating downward, it ripped upward and took his neck. That is why security immediately ripped every device off the stage. That is why the security camera behind Charlie was yanked from the wall on live feed. That is why they literally stole his body from the scene before the coroner could arrive. That is why Netanyahu went on television within minutes to say it wasn't Israel before anyone had even asked.
Because they were trying to make it look like, a powing from a long distance. But what we all seen and what we all have been proving is the explosion, or whatever you want to call it. It caused his shirt to go like this. And that's when we all were like, that looks weird. See, the explosion was to actually go this way, and it knocked him back, but it caused him to go like this. He went up, he went boom, and went sideways, and nothing came out of his neck, right? It wasn't supposed to blow up to his neck, because then we're like, it wasn't a bullet because there was no exit wound, right? But if it would have exploded in his chest, which it was supposed to do, it would be so much of an easier story to be able to say, oh, he was shot by a rifle, because it would have hit his chest. But since we were able to see the neck wound, we were able to see that there was no exit wound, we were able to see so many different things, his reaction going like this instead of like this or like this, we were able to turn around and say something else is going on and start the investigation. And that is the reason why everybody jumped over that table the way they did, because something went wrong. And everybody watching, make sure to hit the like button and drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at, and hit the thumbs up button.
That is why security immediately ripped every device off the stage. That is why the security camera behind Charlie was yanked from the wall on live feed.
Do y'all remember that? Because Ali Top Files talked about that, how it wasn't even a transmitter on the speakers, because they ripped the transmitter off of the speakers because the sound needed to be distorted. You know, the sound of the pop versus a sound of a gun, you know.
That is why they literally stole his body from the scene before the coroner could arrive. That is why Netanyahu went on television.
And remember, they went to another hospital instead of the hospital that was closest to the event.
Within minutes to say it wasn't Israel before anyone had even asked. That is why the FBI took forever to find the killer. They had to rush manufacture evidence to match the lie.
He also dropped a bombshell. FBI top brass, including Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, may have sacrificed American lives to cover up the crime of the century.
The explosive itself was purchased in May 2025 from the Accurate Energetic Systems plant in Tennessee.
And this is absolutely 100% true, okay? Because I have more confirmation of what he's saying. Because some of y'all may say, oh, this is fake. No, what this guy right here is saying is true. And back it up just a little bit. This is absolutely 100% true. I did my own research on this because I'm like, who are these people that are not showing their faces? Is this just AI? No, it's not.
Including Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, may have sacrificed American lives to cover up the crime of the century.
The explosive itself was purchased in May 2025 from the Accurate Energetic Systems plant in Tennessee. There is a strong evidence suggesting the same device was tested at Fort Huachuca in the days leading.
Fort Huachuca, remember Erika Kirk and her security team were seen at Fort Huachuca. Remember Candace talked about that? The explosive came from Fort Huachuca.
Up to the event. That's why there were shards of glass all over the floor of the van they hauled Charlie away in. That's why they poured several feet of concrete over the, suggesting the same device was tested at Fort Huachuca in the days leading up to the event. That's why there were shards of glass all over the floor of the van they hauled Charlie away in. That's why they poured several feet of concrete over the murder scene the same night. 1 month later, they blew up the plant in Tennessee and called it an accident. 16 Americans died in the blast. That's how paranoid they were about the truth getting out.
Analysts who've gone through the full archive say the plot is actually deliberated between taking out Tucker Carlson or Charlie Kirk. In the end, they chose Charlie, because he was deemed more dangerous to Netanyahu's plans. The war with Iran would have been politically impossible if Charlie Kirk had still been alive.
And I've said that so many different times. Think about how, Charlie Kirk, how mad he was and how adamant he was about keeping Donald Trump from the war with Iran. Like he said, it would have been impossible for Donald Trump to go to war with Iran if Charlie Kirk was still alive. So keep that in mind. Why they killed Charlie, why they unalived Charlie Kirk is because the United States needed the Americans' approval. Like, America, they needed the overall approval to go to war with Iran. And Charlie Kirk had the eyes, ears, and hearts of so many American people. You got to remember, Charlie Kirk is almost the main reason why I didn't vote for nobody. I don't vote for presidents, okay? But we all, as Americans, I'm saying we all, not saying me, we all put him in as president. I didn't vote at all. I didn't vote for Kamala. I didn't. But I'm saying we all because we all are America. So America put this man, there because of Charlie Kirk.
Take a moment and go back and watch the old clips of Charlie publicly congratulating Trump for refusing to start a war with Iran. He praised him for staying out of another Middle East regime change war. Now look at what happened after Charlie was gone. Everything changed. According to Iran, there's one little known fact that ties it all together.
The same month Charlie Kirk died, Pete Hegseth bought $2 million worth of lobster and crab for the troops, and the US military spent $300 billion in a single month, the most it has ever spent. They were already planning the war.
So they were already planning the war, just in case you're not understanding what he's saying. They planned the war the second they unalived Charlie Kirk.
War literally started
because Charlie Kirk got Donald Trump in the office, and then, of course, and he said, Mr. No War, Captain No War, I'm not, no wars. Kamala is going to have us in war. And next thing you know, they turned around and started all this stuff. It was all a plan, but they had to get rid of Charlie Kirk first.
The day he died, Charlie Kirk was its first casualty.
I was sent this by a few people. Charlie Kirk was killed with a miniature explosive, likely made at Accurate Energetic Systems in Tennessee and purchased by the DoD for $425K in May of 2025. You can bet Steve Feinberg was involved in the planning of his public assassination. Well, I pulled all of Accurate Energy Systems contracts from usaspending.gov, and I found this one. This one, the address is in Tennessee. It is for miniature XS demolition devices, anti-personnel, SPM. That's what caught my attention. We're going to come back to that. The amount is $440,494. The procurement period, May of 2025 to August of 2025.
Now, of course, this is an explosive charge that was on Charlie Kirk's chest.
So I went and looked up all other procurements because as somebody who has done DoD procurements before, that was a really odd amount of time. None of Accurate Energy Systems procurements were less than a year, except
everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
The acquisition process, meaning did it quickly, and it was one bidder. They were less than a year, except for this one. Because
so when you order weapons of any kind, there has to be some type of proof, of course, right? But the procurement has to be a certain amount of time. But everything else took a year for them to order something, but they ordered this like they ordered off of Amazon or something.
May of 2025 to August of 2025.
See, you can't order a weapon that fast. Like you can't do that. But they did that with this one type of weapon, and they just ordered one. So that's another thing. So listen.
So I went and looked up all other procurements because as somebody who has done DoD procurements before, that was a really odd amount of time. None of Accurate Energy Systems procurements were less than a year.
See, that shows you probable cause right there.
Except for this one, because that's not how they procure things. I went and did more digging. The contract was signed on April 22nd, 2025. A lot of weird things about this procurement. It was a simplified acquisition process, meaning did it quickly, and it was one bidder. They did not put it under any of the IDVs, which are the vehicles that they have for all the other hundreds of tens of millions of dollars that AES had with them. It gets worse. These devices are made for special operations forces, and the XS anti-personnel are tiny ones to kill people. They're put on people. If you want to get darker, Steve Feinberg, our deputy SecDev, well, his old company, Cerebus, owns the company, I forget the name of it, that trains the special operations forces on these detonation devices.
What the Ellie said, I like what the Ellie. I just thought about what the Helly. Erika and Melania are both honeypots. No. Erika, possibly, because I don't want her to sue me, is a honeypot. Melania was a model. See, Erika and Melania are the same but different. So let me show you guys what I wrote about Erika and Melania. The main difference between Erika Kirk and Melania Trump is that Melania was a model and Erika was a handler of the models. So you got to remember, Erika Kirk is part of a mob family. She's part of a crime family, okay? So nobody in that family, including her mother, is going to allow Erika Kirk to actually, be done the way that these models are done, right? So Erika Kirk was an asset, all right? She is a possibly, in my opinion, a Mossad asset, okay? So that's the difference between the two people. So they're not both honeypots. One is allegedly a honeypot, not both of them. Because like I said before, we can go to this video right here. This is what Melania Trump was. This is not Erika Kirk. Listen to this.
Made the statement she did is because a book is being released in the United Kingdom in 2 days where there's interviews and pieces from interviews where Epstein and Prince Andrew discuss how they were both fucking Melania before she was passed on to Donald, and how they were all shocked when he married a paid-for whore.
So that's Melania. Melania was just some chick that everybody was smashing. And I did a show yesterday about, is on my YouTube channel. I did a show yesterday about how there's a possibility and there's proof that Melania may have had a baby, a daughter with, Jeffrey EpiPen. Okay. Because Jeffrey was banging them guts out. And then next thing you know, he handed her to, passed her to Donald Trump. And Donald Trump fell in love with the damn woman, married her, and had a kid with her. And everybody's looking at him like, bro, what are you doing? She's just a pass around. Why did you marry a pass around? So she wasn't a honeypot. She was just a chick that everybody was banging. All right. So that's the difference between them. But the similarities between them, we're about to talk about or continue to talk about in this show.
One who put protecting the blue and white country in his priorities as the same as protecting America. So you have a procurement that was signed April 22nd and started May 1st, ended August, for tiny devices to kill people. Forgot to mention that the plant that the address is at, well, it exploded a month after Charlie Kirk's assassination, and everyone in that plant died.
Now, I have footage. Well, not footage. I have somebody else that is about to talk about how the plant that blew up, Pete Hegseth personally flew over where the place blew up to make sure and confirm that the place blew up. So we're going to talk about that too. I got so much to talk about. Pete Hegseth flew over the site, the factory that blew up, to confirm that it blew up. So all of this is true. You can look this up. I am not making this stuff up. I've been sitting on this for about a good month because I wanted to make sure I did my due diligence before I came out with this stuff. So this is well-researched fact.
For tiny devices to kill people. Forgot to mention that the plant that the address is at, well, it exploded a month after Charlie Kirk's assassination, and everyone in that plant died. No survivors. Correlation doesn't mean causality. I'm a big, big advocate of that. However, something doesn't smell right at all. So if someone knows more or can help me correct some of this, or in my investigation, I found that VanceKirk2028.com was purchased September 12th, 2025.
So right here, Vance Kirk 2025. Vance Kirk 2026. Vance Kirk. Remember what the woman said in the beginning. You know what? Let me see. 603. This is what the woman said in the beginning, because some of y'all did not see that. So this is what was said in the beginning. So I like to connect dots, right? Okay. So Vance Kirk, the wording was put together in 2025, right? The reason why this makes all the sense in the world is what this woman is about to say right here. Listen.
Iran releases proof Erika Kirk Charlie as part of Israel's coup of America. Erika Kirk has been a Mossad agent for years. Hacked Israeli intelligence files reveals that Erika is a professional honeypot tasked with infiltrating and compromising the United States conservative.
And remember, we all know, put a 1 in the chat if we all remember that Iran actually did this, because it was a story a little while ago. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember that Kash Patel's emails and information was infiltrated by Iran. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember that. I want to make sure y'all remember that. Put a 1 in the chat, y'all remember that. Kash Patel's emails and just communications were infiltrated by Iran like not that long ago. So this woman is literally telling the truth, because Iran, we all knew about that.
Iran releases proof Erika Kirk Charlie as part of Israel's coup of America. Erika Kirk has been a Mossad agent for years. Hacked Israeli intelligence files reveals that Erika is a professional honeypot tasked with infiltrating and compromising the United States conservative movement from the inside. The files expose a multi-year operation to smuggle her way into the White House. J.D. Vance would become the president, and then he gets to pick a vice president.
And then Erika Kirk becomes the vice president. And then due to the fact that Erika Kirk is part of a crime family, she has a pull. And of course, we all know that Donald Trump has made her the head of the board on the Air Force or some mess like that. So she has now not only a crime family backing her, not only the president of the United States backing her, but the military backing her. So next thing you know, JD Vance would, mysteriously get popped just like Charlie Kirk. And all of a sudden, Erika Kirk becomes president of the United States.
And he would pick Erika Kirk. JD Vance would be Charlie Kirked, and Erika Kirk would become president without ever having need a vote.
So going back to where we were, bruh, this is absolutely crazy. So I'm putting all the pieces together right here. And now we have 1,100 people in here. I know y'all get tired of me saying hit the like button, but there's a new group of people in here. So since there's a new group of people in here, I have to tell or remind a new group of people to
everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
So whenever I say hit the like button a second time, it's because like 600 more people just joined the live. So I'm telling the new people to hit the like button.
All. So if someone knows more or can help me correct some of this, or in my investigation, I found that VanceKirk2028.com was purchased September 12th, 2025. And I was like, gotta pull this thread.
Why? You got to remember, this is when Charlie Kirk was still alive. Why in the world did you trademark that website? or, purchased the website and Charlie Kirk was still alive.
So I went to Google Trends. Only 2 places searched for this term exactly. You can see at the top, it's Vance Kirk 2028. Arizona. All right, in April, early April, we have the search, Vance Kirk.
And to the new people coming in, thank y'all for being here. I am Mr. Let Go. I believe in connecting the dots. I have started the 2026 version of Scooby-Doo. Remember Scooby-Doo? They went into different cities and they investigated things. They always found the person, right? That's what we do over here. So I have a group called the Scooby-Doo Scooby-Doo team. So let me know in the chat or just follow me on Instagram and send me a DM and tell me if you want to be a part of the Scooby-Doo chat. We share information about everything. So follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is down here. I am _ Mr. Let Go, and DM me saying you just DM me Scooby-Doo and I'll drop you in the chat.
Kirk 2028. Then first week of June, Blue and White Country searches the exact same term. Then someone in Arizona a few weeks later, still in June, looked up the image. So same term, but they did an image search. Then early August, Blue and White Country does a news search. Exact same term. End of September, DC is searching for VanceKirk2028.com. Okay, so you're telling me that the searches started in April, then continued in June with both Arizona and Blue and White looking at it in June, then again in August, a few weeks before he was killed, and then the website is purchased 2 days later. I bet you, if I was a betting person, that look in those 2 locations, someone purchased that website. Forgot to mention that the plant that the address is at, well, it exploded a month after Charlie Kirk's assassination, and everyone in that plant died.
Did you know that the government purchased tiny little lapel mic explosive devices from a company called Accurate Energetic Devices? Yeah! And it's a super weird procurement, too. Check this out. Basically, in April of 2025, this is according to usaspending.gov. You can find the procurement $449,000 on April, and then the procurement contract ended in August. So right after Charlie Kirk was killed. None of their contracts were this short. The government doesn't usually do contracts like this in general. It's way too short. These devices are actually made specifically for Black Ops missions. Yeah, Black Ops. Holla at your boy. Oh, by the way, the warehouse for this company, yeah, it blew up a few months ago. Killed everyone inside. I'm sure it's just a coincidence, though.
Okay, so now we're about to go down the next part of this rabbit hole. Everybody drop the rabbit hole emoji. It's a rabbit and then the hole. Drop the rabbit hole emoji in the chat. Drop the rabbit hole emoji in the chat. We are about to go down the next rabbit hole after this commercial. Everybody in the chat, drop rabbit hole in the chat.
This just in, a new way of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other.
These are some good questions.
Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from? This card game actually helped my marriage, and the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband.
If you don't do anything else, buy this card game. You won't regret it. Click the link below.
Like mother, like daughter, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game.
Okay, so here we go. The next rabbit hole we go down. Let's see. Hold on. Which one should we go? Yeah, let's go down this rabbit hole. What is this?
Up the 666 if you
no, I want to go down this rabbit hole first.
Erika Kirk, it's a good one.
Yeah. Okay, so this right here is going to show you how Erika Kirk, in her own words, subtly explains how she is part of a crime family, and she knows mob figures that get rid of people. I'll say it again. Erika Kirk is about to explain subtly that she is a part of the mob, and she has people that will get rid of somebody. Watch this. Drop the rabbit hole emoji in the chat.
Have you seen this video of Erika Kirk? It's a good one.
Yeah,
my question.
No.
We
Like,
were
dying. Charlie back to has that. the patience of Job, and I'm like sitting there like, if you move one step closer to my husband, he is so calm, cool, and collected, and I'm the pit bull. So like the Lebanese Italian side of me is like, I know a guy. The Lebanese Italian side of me is like, I know a guy. I know a guy.
Hey, Erika.
We got her. Got her. We got her. We got her.
Why were you just appointed to the Air Force Academy Board over the weekend quietly to make recommendations on changes to the Air Force Academy?
My husband was on the board. I'm just taking his place.
Or it could be that you're from a famous crime family. You're from a famous...
Okay, so right here, let me back this up a little bit. This is Erika Kirk. This is somebody talking to Erika Kirk. This is a great skit. I'm trying to remember this woman's name. She's really dope. I wanted to have her on. I forgot her name.
He is like, I know a guy. I know a guy.
Hey, Erika. Why were you just appointed to the Air Force Academy Board over the weekend quietly to make recommendations on changes to the Air Force Academy?
My husband was on the board. I'm just taking his place.
Or it could be that you're from a famous crime family. You're from a famous crime family. You're from a famous crime family.
Watch this.
On both sides. Actually, your mom's side, Loretta Abbas was her maiden name. Yeah, she was named after her grandmother, Loretta Abbas, who was a notorious crime lady. I mean, there's so many news articles of her arrests of laundering money, dirty money schemes, things to do with casinos. Here's an article about her husband being arrested after a high-speed chase with police, and he was also doing dirty money schemes as well with the mob. Like, your mom's been married 4 times, and all of her husbands have had something to do with little schemes that she was in, and she starts businesses and kills businesses, and she lobbies the government for money.
And kills husbands. She starts she doesn't just kill businesses. She also kills husbands. Oh my God.
For charter schools that actually, they use psychology to help kids at charter schools that you went to. And actually this guy who worked with Stanford on ways to manipulate the mind to help drug users. You went there. It's called the Arizona Tazarek School, inspired by a book called Wrinkle in Time, which is a fun kids book about a battle between good and evil. And it was also rented from a building owned by a Jewish school whose Hebrew name translates to Looking Glass School, like Project Looking Glass. Isn't that crazy? It's not
I remember
anymore.
that.
But what was inside of this Bible was a pentagram, and in the middle of the pentagram was a pentagon, where it was pretty clear that what they did was they worshipped and they did sacrifices in this pentagon. And a lot of people are saying that Charlie Kirk was a sacrifice, and I thought that was pretty crazy until I saw that he was in a pentagon when he was murdered. No one's going to believe this silly little
So I did a live stream about how Charlie Kirk's unaliving was a ritual, and because of where he was shot at, it tracked. So some of you guys probably don't know or didn't pay attention to this part. So I just want to make sure to reiterate on this part right here.
Was a pentagon, where it was pretty clear that what they did was they worshipped and they did sacrifices in this pentagon. And a lot of people are saying that Charlie Kirk was a sacrifice, and I thought that was pretty crazy until I saw that he was.
So if you look at this right here, this was what is the thing? Hold on, I forgot what the name of it, but it's not a pentagram. It's the thing with the candles.
In a pentagon when he was murdered. No one's going to believe this silly little narrative of yours. Right, because you keep them distracted with all the glitter and the fireworks and the shiny outfits.
Remember when this guy was taken out on...
Yes, the menorah. Thank you, Mar. Yeah, the menorah.
September 10th, 2025. Well, 50 hours after that event happened, this domain name was purchased. I know. It's like the worst of all possible future timelines.
Okay, so what do we see right here? Launching soon. Vance Kirk 2028.com. Okay, so this woman is just reiterating on what the other woman is saying for the people who just came in. So this website was curated, and oh my god, this is just sad, bro. This is so sad. Right in front of our faces.
Lines colliding. Here's the date, just in case you wanted some proof of when the actual domain was purchased.
So I just want to make sure y'all see it, and I don't want to go too fast. VanceKirk2028.com, domain information. 9/13/2025. Just in case anybody is just like, yo, you're reaching. Y'all are just making up stuff. This all is public information. I've been sitting on this for 3 weeks to a month because I needed to make sure all of this information is actually correct, and it is correct. Remember, I took a week off. I was doing extra research because I don't want to get sued by nobody. I seen Erika Kirk run around suing people, and I just wanted to calm down for a second to make sure I don't get sued. So I started doing research to make sure the things that I'm talking about is actually factual. So 9/13/2025, right before Charlie Kirk was unalived, they started this website. And for anybody just coming in, the reason why it was because Vance was going to be president, and they was going to make, or may still make, Erika Kirk vice president. And Erika Kirk, where her gangster mob boss ass would allegedly in the future. Can it be allegedly if it hasn't happened yet? I'll just say future allegedly. Next thing you know, Vance is going to get unalived, just like Charlie Kirk was, and then Erika Kirk is going to be president of the United States. That was the plan, or may still be the plan. So I just want y'all to know. So that's why they unalived Charlie Kirk. The Iran war, and for Erika Kirk to be the next president in 2028.
And then in December, Erika Kirk endorsed him for president in 2028.
Yep.
So here's my question. When that domain name, Vance Kirk 2028, was purchased, was that just wishful thinking on someone's part? Or has that ticket been predetermined and is already set in stone? I don't believe in coincidences. I happen to be one of those people who think that heads of state, presidents, prime ministers are all hand-picked by a layer of elites above them.
And right there, presidents are hand-picked. That's the reason why I don't vote for presidents. I think it's stupid to vote for a president. I'm not standing in line to vote for no damn president. Your vote does not put nobody in office. Your vote is 1, information, 2, narrative control, and 3 is more Palantir type of personal data. Is about data farming. All right. So you punch your ticket to your vote, right? So now the government knows what y'all actually are looking to vote for. That doesn't matter because they're going to handpick the person anyway, right? So why do they want y'all to vote so much? It's for information. It's for narrative control. They want to make sure that their propaganda is actually working. I'll say it again. They want to make sure their propaganda is actually working. It's kind of like this. When I get a certain amount of views on a video, how do I know that that's the actual real amount of views? It's like when a singer comes out and they have a #1 album, but it's streamed. So how does that artist know that it was actually streamed 1 billion times? We don't know. Nobody knows. Sometimes it's the narrative. We all know with music. Well, y'all let me know if y'all don't know, but with music, is narrative control. Sometimes a song becomes a hit because the record company wants it to be a hit. Didn't nobody vote for that song. They just wanted that song to be a hit. They spent money for that song to be a hit. When somebody wins a Grammy, it's not because we voted for the Grammy. It's because they wanted that person to be a Grammy award-winning artist. So the same way an elite group of people, not you, vote for a Grammy award winner, it's the same way they put a president in office. You have nothing to do with the Grammy award winner, and you have nothing to do with the president. Elite people that are trusted are the ones that are that are voting for Grammy award winners along with presidents. They're not, John or Bill or Judy. Nobody cares what y'all want.
Are you one of those people? I want to know what you think. Leave me a comment.
This might sound insane, but I think Charlie Kirk may have actually been onto something. I don't want to be targeted by a motherfucking cult, but I feel as if the cult would actually agree with me on this one. Nearly half of that organization's revenue went to one specific company at a mailbox.
And this guy's name is Beauty Marked. He's brilliant. He is so brilliant. His name is Beauty Marked, Beauty MRKD or something like that. He has some strange name, but it's Beauty Marked on TikTok.
For research that I can't seem to find. I made some notes. What's interesting is there is only one independent contractor. Would you care to take a guess what the contractor's name is? Clock Tower LLC. There's the address. That address is Key State Executive Suites, right? Not an office, a mailbox. Research project on educational outputs, $999,000. Then Clock Tower LLC dissolved in 2022. Get this right, Clock Tower X LLC was registered in Delaware in August of 2025 under Brad Parscale. This is all publicly available information, by the way. You could easily research into this on your own. Brad Parscale, Trump's former campaign manager. Also, though, Salem Media's chief strategy officer. But get this right, because on September 18th, 2025, literally 8 days after Charlie Kirk was you-know-what, Clock Tower X filed FARA number 7649 as a registered foreign agent for the government of you-know who. I just want you to think about this, okay? Because a lot of people might not want you to see what you're looking at right now. And I'll tell you why. Actually, just think about it this way, right? Why $999,000? Definitely not.
So I want to put this on a big screen for a second to make sure y'all can see this. Y'all can screenshot it if y'all need to. But because I don't like to go too fast and people are like, wait, what is he talking about? So I want to slow things down a little bit.
Because it's $1,000 under the threshold for enhanced IRS reporting or anything. If I did that, then I would definitely be somebody that clearly understands the rules.
So that is a FARA registration form.
But get this right, because on September 18th, 2025, literally 8 days after Charlie Kirk was you-know-what, Clock Tower X filed FARA number 7649 as a registered foreign agent for the government of you-know-who. I just want you to think about this, okay? Because a lot of people might not want you to see what you're looking at right now. And I'll tell you why. Actually, just think about it this way, right? Why $999,000? Definitely not because it's $1,000 under the threshold for enhanced IRS reporting or anything. If I did that, then I would definitely be somebody that clearly understands the rules.
Did Erika Kirk work with Jeffrey Epstein? Let's get into it. Yesterday, Candace Owens announced that in 2015, Erika Kirk was seen taking multiple meetings at Next Model Management in New York, a modeling agency founded by Faith Cates, who had to step down in December due to her extensive ties with Jeffrey Epstein. This agency was known to procure a lot of girls from Eastern Europe, perhaps Romania, because in 2015, Erika Kirk was still working very closely with Romanian Angels Orphanage there. They housed young children and teenagers up to age 18. There was even an article written in a local Romanian newspaper in 2015, a positive article documenting gifts from Erika Kirk to the organization. And what's interesting is one of Epstein's closest associates, Jean-Luc Brunel, held a 25% stake in Next Model Management. And his job was leveraging European scouting background to help build the agency's international pipeline. He was known for scouting pageant girls to his modeling pipeline. In 2022, he was in jail awaiting trial on charges for trafficking girls for Epstein. And in this Guardian article, one of the victims says that he lured her into his bedroom on the pretext of showing.
Whoa. I don't know what she's about to say, so I don't want to play it. So I don't know what she's about to say. So we got to pause it.
Whose career he had developed. It makes you wonder if he was connected with Miss Arizona. I wish we could ask him, but in 2022,
he's dead, of course. They all end up dead.
Was found dead in his cell from committing suicide.
Oh my
with
God.
Only one.
Everybody's dead all the damn time. Damn.
Degree of separation from Jeffrey Epstein, you have to wonder what this pageant girl was really doing taking meetings at Next Model Management. As always, I want to hear what you think about all of this down below.
Mark Epstein not only knew about his brother's trafficking operation, but he helped to facilitate it. I am back at the condo building owned by Mark Epstein for another episode of Mark v. Mark, where I am investigating Mark Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein rented 15 apartments in this building that became the nexus of his New York trafficking operation. Growing up, Mark and Jeff were known as the Dirt Brothers, but here, Mark says their only relationship was landlord and tenant. When asked if their affairs went any further, Mark said, "I don't have time to talk about it." So, let's talk about it. Court records show that this is where children, either procured from local high schools or from overseas, were stashed and made to live as underage prostitutes in the condos, many times 4 to a room. Virginia Guffrey stayed here and provided the FBI with photos of the interior. When confronted about the...
And remember, I just said, or we just heard that Erika Kirk was in charge of that area, environment, apartment, street, corner, whatever you want to call it. Erika Kirk was in charge of that part. Remember, she was in real estate, property management or something like that. She managed the girls, allegedly. Okay, she didn't manage the girls, Erika Kirk. Don't sue me.
Building again, Mark Epstein said, "I do not live in that building and I do not monitor who uses those apartments."
Somebody else monitors the girls. Somebody else monitors the apartments.
He should have monitored.
And it's not Erika Kirk. Erika Kirk. Don't sue me.
His daughter lived there in a room furnished by Ghislaine Maxwell that was 1 floor above Epstein's primary supplier of victims, Jean-Luc Brunel. Mark Epstein's ex-wife is the only Epstein who's ever been honest about what was actually happening here. She said that the building is co-owned by the Epstein brothers, and that the only reason that Jeffrey's apartments in particular have keypads is because so many girls ran away that the brothers got tired of rekeying the locks after each departure. There are numerous emails about changing the keypad codes. There are numerous emails of the brothers negotiating who would stay in which apartment. In an interview with the FBI, a victim says that Jeffrey called Mark to figure out the room that she was eventually kept in. In a deposition, Mark was asked, "Who are the residents that live in the apartments that Jeffrey Epstein rents at that location?" And Mark answered, "I have no idea." At the time of that statement, 2 of Epstein's co-conspirators were living in the building, and Mark's lawyer for this deposition was paid for by Jeffrey Epstein. Mark's answers for who he thought stayed at Jeffrey's apartments, his pilots. Now, in this email, Mark tells Jeffrey about how he ran into a girl on her phone in the building and could tell she was one of Jeffrey's because of, quote, the neon Bimbet sign over her head. And it does not sound like he thought she was a pilot.
And real quick, let me shout out the Cash Apps. I got a $20 Cash App from, let's see, and I got a $10 Cash App, and I got a $50 Cash App. So thank you to the people that are dropping Cash Apps. I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
In this email, Mark mentions meeting a woman who once stayed at 301 and asked Jeffrey if they hooked up, and Jeffrey sarcastically responds, "No, I brought her here to sing. Did you hit her head?" To which Mark replies, "I thought she might have been too old for you," which says it all. When all of these girls who look so young were being driven up the road to Epstein's mansion, an address Mark called Offenders Row, did he think they were going there to sing? I don't think he did. I think he knew. And
well, the singing is kind of like how the young ladies are somewhat coerced to go there in the first place, because you know, a lot of young women, they want to start their singing career. A lot of young women, they want to start their acting career. So they, not saying this is what they do all the time, but they go in the malls and they see young women in the malls and they like, who are you? Are you an actor? Are you a singer? Are you a model? And a young girl will be like, who, me? They're looking at their friends like, no, I'm just a girl. Oh my God, you have the look. Would you like to be a model? Sure. Well, here's my card and give me a call. And the card would be like next model management. And next thing you know, she gets around her girlfriend and she's like, oh my God, I'm gonna be a model. I'm gonna be a model. Oh my God. Don't tell your mom. Okay. Don't tell your dad. Okay. And next thing you know, boom, she calls next model management and then they call her in. That's how it works. Erika Kirk did the same thing to the girl. It's a psyop.
Can I ask a question? It's maybe off topic. How did your mom choose Phoenix?
So she chose to move to Phoenix from Ohio because there was more of an opportunity for a female business owner out here, especially from the standpoint of she was getting involved with the government, so Homeland Security and Department of Defense.
Investigators say Erika Kirk's own mother, Lori Fransby, allegedly sits on Superfeed's board. The odds of that coincidence? Astronomical. One researcher called it a 22 billion to 1 alignment of interest.
And real quick, everybody watching, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if this is your first time seeing me, meeting me, how you doing? I am Mr. Let Go. And my channel is mainly about connecting the dots in order to stop these freaking disgusting people from the psyop, or waking you up from the actual psyop that we all are living in. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and to hit the thumbs up button. And thank you for being here. And thank to people who are always here. Thank y'all for being here also. Got a shout out to y'all.
At the top of Superfeet sits Tyler Boyer, a senior Turning Point insider. And if reports are true, that means the data of American citizens may have been routed through a foreign registered company run by the same people shaping their politics. Hidden in the fine print, these apps allegedly share user IDs, device data, precise GPS locations, and every interaction. Each click, comment, and opinion silently harvested to build psychological profiles of millions of Americans.
See, that's what voting does. That's what voting does. When you vote for a president, that's why they want you to vote. Not so you can get what you want. It's so they can get an understanding of how you think, whether you're a Republican or Democrat, whether you're liberal or conservative. Listen to this again. This is why you vote. See, the reason why they don't do a census is because they have voter registration. Voter registration has been a census for the last 50 years.
Into 1 alignment of interest. At the top of Superfeet sits Tyler Boyer.
And put a 1 in the chat, or put a hand waving emoji in the chat if you're new here. Miss Paris, what's going on? Thank you for being here. Put a hand emoji, little waving emoji in the chat if you're new here.
A senior Turning Point insider. And if reports are true, that means the data of American citizens may have been routed through a foreign registered company run by the same people shaping their politics. Hidden in the fine print, these apps allegedly share user IDs, device data, precise GPS locations, and every interaction. Each click, comment, and opinion silently harvested to build psychological profiles of millions of Americans. Researchers claim every one of these platforms was developed by Superfeet Technologies, an obscure for-profit company with global ties so murky that even its investors are hard to trace.
See, Erika Kirk is not just part of a crime family. She's part of a military family. See, this is Lori Fransby. She is partly in charge of the Iron Dome that is failing over in the blue and white state. It fell apart. But she has been working with Superfeed. She has been working with the blue and white state, IHOP, as we call it over here, for years. And because of that, Erika Kirk has the ability or the option to get rid of people herself if she wants to. So all of this is a massive data harvesting psyop. And the reason why they wanted Erika to get with Charlie Kirk is because Charlie Kirk also had a data harvesting system called Turning Point USA. Excuse me, Turning Point USA. So I could show you right here, if I could find it real quick, how Charlie Kirk was harvesting people's data, and he literally said it. If I could find, I got so many freaking videos, but I'm glad he brought this up in this part of the video. So give me a second. Let me see if I can find it. If not, I'll just keep going. But he has been harvesting data, Charlie Kirk himself, for the longest. It's right here.
Of arresting Diddy was to shut down inquiry into what Diddy was doing.
Get the data, right? I think they did it to get all the data away from Diddy because he was being sued in civil court. And so they arrest Diddy. What'd they just convict him of? Nothing.
Well, that's clearly the point of the first Jeffrey Epstein arrest.
Wiener's laptop had killed.
Keep listening. Keep listening. They're talking about Diddy, but Diddy is a part of this whole psyop also, but keep listening. I know they're talking about Diddy, but the Charlie Kirk part is going to come in a second.
Switches in it. It was filled with crap that wasn't supposed to be there. We never get to see it. Supposedly 9 cops watched the videos on Wiener's laptop. They had to keep leaving the room because they couldn't stand what they were seeing, and all 9 are now dead.
Remember, Diddy, Erika Kirk, all these people are part of the Jeffrey EpiPen's tree. They're just different branches of the tree. So listen.
And there's names and faces and deadness, right? They're real people. Now you can say, well, maybe they died for other reasons. I go, but it's still.
If you say anything you're not supposed to say and change my opinions on certain things, and I declined the money, and soon after that I was arrested. So what they try and do is give you a gatekeeper if you get famous without one, but primarily people only get famous because of their gatekeeper. All of these famous people aren't even famous. They cannot allow you to be influential if they don't control you. That's what Epstein's Island was about. That's what my criminal cases are about. That's what all of this is about, because the entire world is a battle for influence. And if you're influential, they need to get you under somebody. If you're influential, they need to get you under somebody. If you're influential, they need to get you under somebody.
When Charlie is 18 years old, he speaks at a college. He just seems like any other young American conservative.
So I need y'all to listen, because the reason why I'm playing this is because of Charlie Kirk harvesting data. He literally says it. As an 18-year-old, he was harvesting data. And this is the reason why Erika Kirk was paired with Charlie Kirk, because Erika Kirk was harvesting data over here, and Charlie Kirk was harvesting data over here. That's why when Erika Kirk got with Charlie Kirk, they went from making a Turning Point USA went from making $8 million a year to $30 to $50 million a year, because they both were harvesting data and they came together. Listen to the harvesting data.
But at that college, he catches someone's eye. But at that college, he catches someone's eye. But at that college, he catches someone's eye.
So this guy is the one that found Charlie Kirk, because Charlie Kirk needed an avenue in order to harvest data. All right. So this guy, well, you just listen.
Will Montgomery sees that Charlie gets attention.
Will Montgomery, he gave Charlie Kirk $4.7 million to start Turning Point USA.
While other conservative speakers are boring, young people listen to Charlie Kirk. A month later, in September 2012, he and the 18-year-old launched Turning Point USA.
What Turning Point USA stands for, what we're trying to do is we're going into the high schools and the colleges to challenge these textbooks that publish flat out falsehoods and fallacies.
It's a nonprofit organization established to promote conservative values, specifically among young Americans through high school and college campuses.
I'm only 19 years old. I'm fighting this fight every single day. I get through to college campuses, high schools. I debate professors. I debate socialists.
It's not an immediate success, but Turning Point steadily grows into something larger than Charlie.
We'll probably recruit 4,000 to 5,000 new students, collect their data. We'll probably recruit 4,000 to 5,000 new students, collect their data. We'll probably recruit 4,000 to 5,000 new students, collect their data, collect their data, collect their data.
So right there. So he is harvesting data at a low level, and Erika Kirk and her mom have super feed technology. They start working together, and next thing you know, they now can harvest more data. But as you can see, as a 19-year-old boy, Charlie Kirk was harvesting data on his own before he got with Erika Kirk. And Turning Point USA went to another level. They started making $50 million a year because of the superfeed technology Erika Kirk introduced to Charlie Kirk. And this is the reason why Charlie stopped messing with Candace Owens, because they started being, strange and laundering and stuff.
It's a high energy conference for us. It's a way to reward our best members that have been.
They organize speeches.
So I'll get into this another day, but I just wanted to show y'all what harvesting data actually means and why all of this is so important. So we're going to go back to this video here.
Hidden in the fine print, these apps allegedly share user IDs, device data, precise GPS locations, and every interaction. Each click, comment, and opinion silently harvested to build psychological profiles of millions of Americans. Researchers claim every one of these platforms was developed by Superfeet Technologies, an obscure for-profit company with global ties so murky that even its investors are hard to trace.
So this right here is an example of how Turning Point USA started making so much money. So Charlie Kirk and Erika Kirk started dating in 2019. So right here, watch this. So this is in 2017. See, I'm showing y'all proof of everything. So in 2017, he only made $8 million, which is awesome. I'm not going to say only, but watch this. 2018, he made $10 million. Awesome. He meets Erika Kirk in 2019. Watch what happens in 2019. Because of her data, her superfeed technology. Boom. $28 million. The first year he gets with Erika Kirk, he now is making $28 million a year because of the superfeed technology and his data harvesting and her data harvesting coming together. Now, watch what happens next. That's 19 when he got with Erika Kirk. Boom, 39 million. So he was making $8 to $10 million a year. He gets with Erika Kirk. In 2 years, he's making $40 million a year. That's why they had to he wanted to separate himself from Candace Owens, because they started doing weird shit over here. And some of this has something to do with art. And I'll get into that in another live stream, because you may wonder, how are they making so much money? Art, A-R-T, but that's another conversation. $47 million. The second he gets with Erika Kirk, you go to 28, then 39. And now you're at $55 million. $55 million. That's in 2021. $55 million. All because of superfeed technology. But yeah, I'm gonna do another live stream exposing how art is the reason why, or one of the reasons why Turning Point USA started making so much money, because art is the reason or the way they're able to, I'm not going to say they, I'll just say people. The way people, rich people, are able to launder money is through art. Because if I just draw a picture of something and I put it on a wall and I didn't spend any money for it, but I'm now able to charge, I go to an art gallery and I charge $200,000 for this piece of art that I just drew, and somebody gives me $200,000, I just got $200,000. All right. So that's kind of like what has been going on. So it's data harvesting and art. A-R-T, art. And on top of that, see, now they're making $80 million. $80 million. And it keeps going up. 2022. Okay. So now y'all see that, but I'm going to do a different video about the art. So don't worry about the art right now. We'll talk about that later. All right. So now let's go back to this.
Of millions of Americans. Researchers claim every one of these platforms was developed by Superfeeds Technologies, an obscure for-profit company with global ties so murky that even its investors are hard to trace.
Somebody please tell me why Trump is choosing to appoint Erika Kirk to the Air Force Academy Advisory Board. Keep in mind, Trump had already appointed Charlie Kirk to that board in 2025 before he was assassinated. This is in Colorado Springs, and this is where things get a little bit sketchy. He has clearance to be able to go into the NORAD base. Let's just say an underground facility where there's a lot of hidden shit, okay? My father, he was in the Navy for 30 years. He was a Warrant 4 before he had retired. I had the privilege to be able to go inside of that base with him. That's not to...
Now, he went inside of this secret base. So he is a person that has been there.
Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
All of us will refuse to let that happen. No one will ever forget my husband's name, and I will make sure of it.
A few moments later.
My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead.
Say that I saw everything inside the base, okay, because my father only had a certain level of clearance. Her, though, do keep in mind, she is a podcaster's wife, or is she? Is infinite. Keep in mind, this board is responsible for Air Force Academy recommendations to the Secretary of Defense and the President. There are literally only 16 people on this board. She is one of them. Also keep in mind, according to notes from Charlie Kirk's most recent meeting, questioned how the Academy is ensuring compliance, the faculty to ensure that the USAFA does not push the worldview of oppression while on the board. He will serve on that board for at least 3 years. Once again, we are talking about the supposed wife of a podcaster. You motherfuckers don't question who the fuck this woman is? Where are the children? Where are Charlie's supposed children? I really need to know. People still label Candace as a conspiracy theorist. Like, do you say that because your mind isn't open? Honestly, at this point, I don't even really have words for this administration.
Okay. So I'm going to hold a third video for tomorrow because I am back and I might go live this evening. I'm not sure. So either this evening or tomorrow. So we're going to stop at an hour and a half because I don't want to make my live shows like 2-3 hours or whatever. So I'm going to come back tomorrow and man, because I have so much information because I took a week off and I just started researching and you know, so if you guys have not watched my playlist, I suggest you watch it. So what's going on? Get the link. So I'm going to drop the link to the playlist in the chat. What's up, Allie? Let's see. So, okay. So I want everybody watching to click this playlist link. Click one of the links. Click all the links. Check out all the links that are in the chat. But I'm dropping my playlist link in the chat. So for any of the new people that are your first time watching, or if you watch my content every now and then, and you probably missed yesterday's show or the day before yesterday's show, that is the playlist. So go watch that playlist right now. And I'm telling you, I've been sharing so much information that nobody else on YouTube has been sharing. All right. So make sure to subscribe to my channel. Make sure to hit the like button. And 3, hit the link in the chat and watch this playlist. So I'm going to play the Everybody Hates Candy song. We're going to rock out real quick, but click the link in the chat and watch this playlist. I promise you. So I'm going to play some so wait, let me play the Scooby-Doo song first. Let me know what song y'all want to hear. I'm going to play the Scooby-Doo song first. Scooby-Doo, go! This is how we do over here. Let's go!
Scooby-Doo, looking for the clues. Hit the like button if you part of the crew. Scooby-Doo, looking for the clues. Hit the like button if you part of the crew. Yeah, black or white, red or blue. We all stuck together like gorilla super glue. Yo, Scooby-Doo, looking for the clues. Hit the like button if you part of the crew. Hit the like button, and tell me where you from. Hit the like button, and tell me where you from. Hit the like button, and tell me where you from. Hit the like button, button. Hit the like button, and tell me where you from. Hit the like button, and tell me where you from. Hit the like button, and tell me where you from. Hit the like button if you part of the crew. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, looking for the clues. Hit the like button if you part of the crew. Yo, black or white, red or blue. Yo, we all stuck together like gorilla super glue. Oh.
I don't even know where to begin. The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like it's just insane. We had over 275,000 people that attended, and stadium, overflow, Westgate, insane, you guys. And then you have, was it 100 million? You guys that heard the gospel and all about Charlie and all about everything that you guys do, and the hard work of Turning Point USA is insane. We had thousands that were registered to vote. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy. But I just wanted to say a huge thank you to the events team, the development team,
the assassination team,
the graphic design team, the production team. It's just phenomenal. Their incredible work leading into the memorial.
And I would like to personally thank the assassination team. You did a wonderful job doing all of this for Erika Kirk. All right. Next song. Hold on. Let me play this first while I look for the song. I got so much stuff.
This just in, a new way of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other.
These are some good questions. Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from?
This card game actually helped my marriage, and the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband.
If you don't do anything else, Buy this card game. You won't regret it. Click the link below.
Like another light thought, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game. Hit the like button, everybody, hit the like button. What? Everybody hit the like button.
That's not even a damn song. Hold on, y'all. My stuff is messing up. I'm trying to play the hit the like button song. And like I said, everybody click the playlist video that I'm dropping in the chat. Click the playlist video that I'm dropping in the chat. I'm just playing songs right now. Click the playlist button that is in the chat. Everybody click the button that is in the chat. Click the playlist button that is in the chat. You see a blue, just click it. You see blue, click it, click it, click it, click it. Go watch that playlist because a lot of you have not watched all of my videos. Okay, here we go. Click the playlist button in the chat.
Everybody, everybody hit the like button.
Bro, what is happening? Sorry, y'all. What the hell?
Everybody, everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. What? Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. If you got something to say, drop it in the comments. Don't be acting afraid. What? Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. If you got something to say, drop it in the comments. Don't be acting afraid. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop your city. What? Drop your city in the chat. What? Drop your city. What? Drop your city in the chat. Drop your city in the chat.
Talk to y'all later. Click the playlist link in the chat. Go watch the playlist right now. Go watch the playlist right now. I am out. You spoke too much truth on this live. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Hit the link in the playlist. Go watch the playlist. Get out of here. Watch the playlist. Go watch the playlist. Talk to y'all later. I'll be back tomorrow or either this evening. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not.